Howdy folks, how are you today? Gonna pull this truck back real quick and mess with that pedal again. Probably take it out because it's sticking again. So let's go to the blue truck and get it fired up so I can back it up a little bit, because I don't really feel like walking out here. I'll just pull it in front of the garage. Because I was checking it out. Looks like it's only about 4 bolts down there. Doubt you can get in there, but once I get the cab jacked up, I'll show you better. Because I'm going to have to undo this linkage and stuff for it. She's a go. I'm going to undo that pedal and take it out and clean it up because it's still sticking. Which I've shot a video first a couple months ago or 1 month ago, whatever, on that thing sticking and what could help it out. And I've greased that thing up a few times, but I think it needs some more cleaning. So I'm gonna let that air up real quick and then pull it back, and I'll jack the cab up and get in there. I don't know if it's the side or what, or if it's the actual pedal. I don't think it's in the linkage, because every time I'm under there and mess with it, the fuel pump, it seems to just be fine and not sticking or anything. So we'll see once I get up under there and get it taken apart, because I may, you know, start it up and run the throttle with the pedal off and see what happens, see if the springs pull it back or not, because I'd added a extra helper spring out and I've got 2 soft ones on there right now. So we will see when I get back over into there. So give me a few minutes and we'll get back to you. All right folks, got this linkage undone, got the cab jacked up here. Oh, sorry, sturdy, but you know how we do it under here. Got the linkage unhooked. It was just 2 bolts that were right here for a 1/2 inch, and then these are 7/16. There's 4 up there hooked to that. Obviously you can see all the lithium grease I've sprayed in there, but you know, that thing is still stiff right there. So I'm gonna get that thing off, and I'm pretty sure that's all that is, because this thing is just fine going back and forth here. See, that returns no problem. So we will see once we get that off, and I'm pretty sure it's just that pedal. So give me a few minutes to get those unbolted, and we'll be back and we'll check that out. Once I get it over here, I'll bring it in the garage and we'll do some inspection. That way we can see what is going on, because we don't like that problem whatsoever. So until then, you know what we say. Well folks, got the old pedal off here. Hopefully you can see that okay. And these things right here are super stiff. This is what the problem is, because that linkage was loose, but every time you do this, this one over here is super stiff. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to take these off, or at least get up in there and clean this better. That way there is nothing in there, and obviously you can see some corrosion and stuff sitting on there and a bunch of lithium grease. So I got to get this apart and get it all cleaned up. So hopefully this will help, because I don't like having that issue at all, and it's not fun to deal with. So I'm going to take this thing apart and see if I can't clean it. Hopefully when I come back, you know, it'll be a little bit easier to move forward and backwards. So wish me luck, I guess. Till then, you know what we say. All right, folks, we are back. Got this thing all torn apart here. Basically, what we've got is these rubber pieces right here go on this like this. And obviously, you can see this has got a bunch of buildup on here, so I'm going to clean that off real quick. I'll clean that out. And these basically just go over top, and that's what holds it to the floor, so that can move freely. But obviously, as you can see, that's not moving very freely. I don't know if this is starting to break down or what, or if it's just got a bunch of buildup, because I can feel some thickness on there. So what I'm going to do, since I've got this off, took the old rubber piece off, make it easier to get to that. I have got out here a bucket of water, and I've got some Dawn soap that I'm going to use to clean that stuff up, because that'll get that grease, and a couple plastic brushes that I should be able to just clean that stuff up with. Got a little bit of crud right here that I had scraped off the those metal pieces in the outside of the rubber when I first pulled them off, but that's really not the issue. This is the issue here. So I'm gonna be dipping this in that bucket of water and cleaning that thing up, because, well, it ain't barely moving. So that it's got a ton of stuff on there, and I'll probably even clean that up with a wire wheel and shave that stuff down, because I can feel some grooves, and maybe those grooves are just to hold that, you know, rubber piece in there. I don't know. Once I get it cleaned out and, you know, get a little bit more of a eye on there to inspect it, I will see what's going on. I just want those things to be able to slap on there real easy and, you know, move freely to where I don't have that issue of them sticking anymore. So until I get that stuff cleaned up, you know, I'm gonna go clean that up, and then I'll bring you back afterwards once we get it all cleaned up, and then make sure that it's moving good. Then we'll hook her back up and try her and see what's good. So until then, I'm not going to say it because you already know what we say, and you're probably getting tired of hearing it anyways, but it's what it is. So, well, folks, just got this all cleaned up here, and there is a significant difference here in this whole situation. Well, the thing just pops on there and boo, 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 wobbles free. End up using a brass brush and well, steel brush, and I used, got a little something right there going on. I have to clean that up too, make sure that stuff's all flush and whatnot, that way it's not catching on that, because that could be a problem. End up throwing this on there and cleaned her up, some of this rod here, because there was some stuff I couldn't get up, some build up and whatnot, just rust probably sitting up on there. So I'm gonna let this stuff dry up a little bit, clean these out, and probably trim those off with just a razor blade, because this is just a rubber plastic piece, hard plastic. And then I'll put this all back together and go over there and stick her on the truck, and we'll see what we got going on, because, well, we want that problem fixed so we don't have to worry about it anytime soon. So until then, well, folks, we got everything back up in here. Took a file and cleaned out where the little thing goes down in, that way, just to make sure. And I cleaned a bunch of crap up around here too, swept it out, everything's back tucked how it was. That'll be really easy for when I get ready to install some wood floor in here, because I'll probably do some of that snap wood floor and sex this old thing up. I don't know though, I mean, look at that, I'd have to paint that and stuff. And well, you know how we rock it around here, we don't want to be too clean and fresh. But let's get in here and see how quick and easy this thing pops. Remember how before I could use this and that thing just did not want to go. Look at the free play in there. Get in on that pedal. Look at that. So I'm pretty sure that's going to take care of our problem, which is fantastic, because, man, that was a pain in the butt. A little bit of grease right there on me. Had to clean off, but it's what it is. And I may even be able to take off this helper spring I got on there, but these are semi-stiff. So who knows. Hell, get this cab down and fire this thing up and give it some wham wham. Be nice, because now I'll be able to just stab it like I want to, just bam bam bam, boom, get that thing stabbed and just wham, just like I want to be able to, without having to go-kart it with the back of my foot and pull that thing back. So once I get this thing down, we'll fire up and we'll see what happens here. So let me get this crap picked up and moved out the way so we can get it fired up here in a minute. So, well, folks, got the old cab down here and fired her up, built some air. Oh, it's good year blam. We have to go chase that thing down on the golf cart or something. Always fun, always a good time checking out different shit. You never know what's gonna fly over here. Crop duster was doing the field over there, maybe about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Tried to get some footage on because he was coming right by the house down by the road, and I was sitting over there, but I couldn't get anything good on him because, well, I don't know what was going on, but every time I tried to shoot him, he was a ways away. But let's stab this real quick, this throttle. Oh yeah, listen to that. Some reaction on that. Thing is just going down smooth and bouncing right back. There is no give on that thing whatsoever, nothing holding it back. So those springs are perfect, they're not too heavy like that, and I just bam bam bam. So that's what I'm talking about. So if this is something you need to do, let's go this real quick. This is something you need to do, and wasn't that hard actually. Pretty simple. Just getting under there and taking the stuff off was kind of a pain, kind of tight to get to, and I got, of course, grease all over because you know, it's a greasy old truck, and there's spots that spit out when I grease, which I just did the other day. So that's a win in my book. So I guess now I got to tackle some other things. So until the next time, we're doing something else, and we're tearing some things apart and getting into it. you know what we say. Hopefully you enjoyed and this helped you out a little bit. If you ever need to do anything like that, you know, you can always ask and I'll tell you everything I know, which I don't know much, but what I do know I can help you out with. So you know how it goes around here, always working on something. So until the next time, you know what we say, we will see ya.